Welcome to the Smart Nonsense Podcast, where we talk about smart nonsense. Ah, nice.
Dude, I listened to about 7 episodes in a row this morning. I realized because I got, the invisible in. Pause for the horn.
No.
The invisible in-ear monitors.
No, dude, look at this, invisible.
Oh, nice.
Sorry, what?
Sith Lord. I've been yelling into the mic. I'm loud guy on the pod.
Wow, and you got fucking Mumbly Mo? Mumbly
Your
Mo
mom.
and Loud Larissa.
Yanni Chlani, dude.
Yeah, dude. Thanks.
Mumbly Mo and Yanni Chlani. No, I had a great morning listening to 7 Smart Nonsense episodes in a row during the 2 hours round trip I do to my flight lessons because I'm a pilot. Do you want to take me anywhere? I could take you to the bike shop.
Oh.
I could take you to the bike
I thought
shop.
I was in a plane for a second. I'm on a bike.
Well, no, I didn't even fly today. Dude, didn't even fly today. I had a 2-hour ground school lesson because it was foggy again. I'll tell you, and what I will tell you about that, I have not figured out why fog clouds are low, which we tried to figure out.
Dude. They're keeping the viewers
on
on the edge of their seat for episodes.
But I have learned a lot about low pressure systems and high pressure systems and temperatures and dew points.
I'm a high pressure system.
Sloppy span.
Dude.
I listened to that episode.
Oh my god.
It's funny listening in such close succession because it was probably like 3 weeks of episodes that I just didn't listen to. And for that first week, you're hype about the sloppy span. You're like, this is the place. This is my new strategy.
Right.
And then 5 episodes later, you're like, it's not the way. I'm not gonna find the love of my life there.
No, but
I think you're back now.
Yeah. I mean, sloppy span. I don't know if I ever fully believed that's. Well, I had hope. I've met some cool people there.
Ana de Armas.
Oh, yeah, I did meet her there.
Sax Fifth.
Not really Ana de Armas. You gotta.
Oh, right.
You never know. No, Sax Fifth was Soho House. I still plug away at that. I just pop in every now and again when I'm heading home. Yeah, dude. Well,
Here, let me take you somewhere because against my better judgment, it might have even happened on the pod, but you convinced me that I should stop doing repairs on my own hog, my Super 73 bicycle, and instead apply the Naval rule of, your time is worth $5,000 per hour. Sorry, $5,000 per hour. Treat it as such.
Watch out for isosceles with that sort of stuff.
So I take my hog, because dude, the neurons in my brain right now. I've been up since 5 a.m.
Can't do that.
Hang on, have to do that. I'm a pilot. Have to do that.
You weren't in the air. Fog.
Did a lot of textbook studying with my flight instructor for $80 an hour for 2 hours.
Maybe we add brain blast. You don't have to go to ground school. But no, dude, tell me. Sorry, I'm getting off your bike.
Oh, it's actually a business thread because I go into this shop that's just around the corner from me. And I don't know what kind of business mentality this is, but I walk in the door and immediately the owner of the shop who's working on a bike is just like, he's pissed, dude. He sees me, he sees my hog, and he's pissed. And he's pissed because he's like, dude, what's wrong with your bike? And I tell him, he's like, that's a motorcycle. I'm like, no, it's not. It's a bike. He's like, no, it's a lot more like a motorcycle. And he's just being sassy cat.
Right.
Like, because no one wants to touch an e-bike because they are a little bit more.
Well, I
like
go to specialty shop because it's more like a motorcycle.
Right. Well, yeah, that guy's he's working on little dainty like street tire bikes.
Right.
And he's like, I'm not going to be able to get those tires off your bike. And I'm like, I've done it 15 times. You're going to be able to get the tires off.
He'll pay you $80 an hour.
Yeah. And so then that's why I'm like, well, I don't know what kind of business this is. Because I'm like, I will literally pay you whatever. And he starts getting into it like, well, if I'm gonna touch this bike, like I'm gonna have to charge you hourly. And I'm like, well, that's hourly. And he's like, $60 an hour. I'm like, dude, you could have said $250 an hour. I'm paying it. Like,
Right.
that is not.
Yeah, you're rich. You get it, dude.
I'm
You
rich.
get it.
So he's sassy with me, and it's the bike, it's the back tire that really needs changing because I've got like the tires are cracked. They're gonna blow out.
Oh.
2 days go by. So he texts me just now, 30 minutes ago. He's like, hey, dude, front tire is done. Back bolts, like in order to release the rear tire, are stripped. Can't do anything about it. Yeah.
He stripped him, and you strip him. Who stripped him?
They're not stripped, Pop. He just didn't want to try. But one of them was stripped in the past, and I replaced it with another one. And then, so I walk over to this guy's shop with these, dude.
Oh, Edward
And
Scissorhands.
you know, Edward Scissor Allen Wrench Hands.
Allen Scissor Wrench Hands.
Allen
Wrench Hands.
Wrench Hands. Wrench Hands, dude. And I knew going into this, I texted you, I got to go fight my bike mechanic. As a craftsman myself, I knew it was going to be tenuous. Is that the word?
Sure.
Tenuous. High tension. It's going to be tenseful. For me to walk into this craftsman's shop, he's wearing like an apron, like a craftsman, with
Allen Wrench Hands,
dude. Bringing my own tools to his shop. So that's what I did. And I walked in the door and he burst out laughing. He burst out laughing. Oh, yeah.
You found a new friend, dude.
I'll tell you who had the last laugh. Oh. I walk over to my bike, which is at the front of the shop with the invoice hanging from the handlebars. $65, by the way.
Hour 5.
It was
5% of 60.
It was not hard.
3.
Oh, we
An
also
hour
said
and 3 minutes.
We also said a do not exceed price. So I was like, he was bitching and moaning, but like I basically said, yeah, just charge me hourly. And he's like, okay, but I won't exceed 120 hours. I'm like, dude, that's exactly what I want. This sounds great.
Yeah.
Anyway, I go over to the bike with two of the red wrenches I don't currently have. And dude, in 0.1 second, I just undid the screw.
Oh.
I undid the screw right in front of his face.
What's that for hourly? That's how much, I'll tell you that.
I knew those screws. Okay, I know my bike, and I think it was kind of embarrassing for him. I left the 2 wrenches he needs with him.
Oh,
and he's now gonna do the rear tire. So I had the last laugh, dude. And he's still bitching and moaning the whole time. I'm like, dude, and I'm not actually fighting with him. I come in, I'm like self-deprecating. I'm like, I know, dude, I know it's a motorcycle. Like, you don't want to touch this thing. Charge me whatever. Like, I'm not arguing with the guy, and he's just bitching and moaning. I'm like, what kind of business is this?
Dude, a lot of people just checked out. I mean, it is a hog. I don't mean to do show and tell, but dude, just see the viewers.
Is this
see a back tire, dude?
Yeah. And actually, so he was saying the issue with them is the tires are really small. And right. I didn't understand what he was saying until you put our hog up against like a street bike. Our tires are like this big. Street bike tires are much bigger diameter.
Right.
So I think that was that. I had the last laugh.
Yeah.
What was that thread? I think that was a business thread.
No, I'm still I'm thinking about SAT math, and I feel like my $3 didn't. Would I say 3 minutes? Took him 3 minutes. That didn't feel right.
No,
so $5. 5 over 60 is a 12th. Wait.
Oh, I should know this. Wait, here, I have a trick for you, because this is how we do pilot time.
Oh.
You divide an hour into 10. So every 10th is 6 minutes. Does that help you?
Wait, so, he just charged $1 a minute. I'm a fucking bunko, dude. It's 5 minutes. What a bunko, dude. This is why I'd rematch you right away if I got that wrong. 3 minutes, dude? Fucking bunko, dude. $1 a minute. 1 HP a second.
So it was 65 minutes, you're saying?
Yeah, because he charges $60 an hour. That's $1 a minute.
Good, look at you learning.
Dude. Piss me right off. No, that's I mean, I go to a specialty shop. Don't mean to rub it in, but New York's a big city, and we have those sort of shops. So yeah, I got to bring my front one in because I have the San Andreas fault line running through my front tire, and can't have that exploding. So that's good.
That's exactly
keep myself safe.
Yeah, that's exactly what I had. So my bike has been out of commission for 10 days now.
Yeah.
You can't ride with a San Andreas fault. That goes for driving too.
Right.
Goes for piloting too. In our pre-flight checklist, we always check.
You got tires.
Yeah, there's 3 tires. Pretty important too. You want to land on
I remember, and I don't mean to do a callback to an episode that doesn't exist, but I remember doing my research on the Skunk Works program, and one of the big topics with the UT spy plane. This is like they wanted to fly over the radar in the Soviet Union. I might just boot it up, dude. Let me teach you about that. They want to fly over the radar, so it had to be really light. And one thing that's heavy is the struts, which is the thing that connects the wheels to the plane. And they gotta fucking take some damage. So I mean, dude, I just wanted to flex that I knew about struts. The thing with the struts on the U2, they're kind of crazy. They hold on, let me remember how it works.
You're still making this long form video, right?
Dude, I want you to release it. Someone brought it up. My buddy Nick brought it up. He's like, "Why don't you do like content?" Because I clearly want to do content. Oh, I have another thread on fame, dude. This is just branching off wonderfully. He asked why I don't do long form. I'm like, I kind of did, but then I didn't. And he's like, "What'd you do?" And I'm like, "I did the fucking U2 spy plane, and didn't release it because I didn't think it was good enough." So maybe I'll get back into it. But the point is, U2 struts are heavy. And so a normal, like basically they wanted to limit the amount of wheels and struts on the plane because they're heavy. So they would only have them during takeoff on the wings, and then landing, it lands like a bike. So rather than like they fall off when it takes off, and then it doesn't have shit on the wings. So it literally just lands like a bike. They have to get it perfectly. And then, when it gets slow speed, it just tips over, but they fucking.
And that's okay if one side hits the ground.
Yeah, I think they just, I don't know. Or hold on. Yeah, so there's a chase plane. Yeah, I think somehow it's okay because it's slow enough at that point. I don't know. They figured out they're really good pilots. But they also, when they land it, dude, watch out, launching in. When they land it, the thing is like, I think because it's so light that it'll just like accidentally get airborne. They basically have to like stall the plane to land it. Like the engine has to stall, and then it like just drops to the ground.
Dude, and
really tricky plane, dude.
I don't mean to be this guy because I'm a pilot, but it's not the engine that stalls. It's actually the wing that stalls.
Well,
because when the wing has no more lift, the wing stalls, and it actually stalls from like the outside of the wing in. Yeah.
Well,
there's cool videos of it. We'll roll the B-roll. They put like those tassels on the wing to catch wind.
Oh.
Yeah, and then you can see like a plane, and this is Bernoulli. We don't have to go there necessarily. I don't think we should, but it's nice when a plane's just flying like straight and level. All those strings, tassels on the wing are going straight, and when it stalls, you're basically getting turbulent air over the wing, so it's not smooth and creating nice lift. All the tassels start.
Oh,
you could see it. I sent you this before, dude.
Yeah, it was less relevant, I think, at the time. I'll touch on long form and celebrity. Maybe was where I was going with that. But last point on the YouTube, really could be infinite points. But I think now that you're in flight school on the ground, granted,
ground school, it's called.
Grounded flight school. You would really appreciate how what do they call it? Not like suicide corner. There's like some corner, basically like the speed between stalling out, and it's max speed. Fuck, dude. Might have to research again.
I remember it from
it's
a
really
previous pod.
tight.
It was like a tight.
They got a
wedge.
tight. They basically got like 2 miles an hour they can work with, and if they fuck that up, the whole fucking thing's going to the ground.
It'd be knots, but that's fine.
Wow.
For the average
Turn it
Joe.
into a fucking ground school douche, huh? All right, dude. Celebrity. Well, here's the thing. That topic came up because I'm conflicted about fame. Long form, I thought long form would make me famous and then people would like me, which I thought would be cool. But instead we just get a podcast that's had the same views for the last 5 years. But that's fine. Fame's well, okay, so fame, I went to this David Senra event. Okay. He has the Founders Podcast, known famously in the business community for it. And it was cool. I just saw his event. He had Invest Like the Best, Patrick, forget his last name, posting it.
No. Starts with an H.
O'Shaughnessy. That's it. And it was cool. Like, the event was cool. And then after, Senra was just mobbed by everyone there because it's kind of his event. But, like, on the other side of the room this was hosted by Ramp because they're a sponsor, was a co-founder of Ramp. Like, the co-founder, or two of them. But Ikram, sorry, why do I keep saying Ikram, dude? Kareem.
Wait, what was?
I think
Icarus, dude.
Icarus. I think Ikram's even another guy, but Kareem. This guy Kareem, dude. He's the CTO and co-founder, and he's just chilling like by himself. And Senra has like 30 people around him, and Wouter was there. Actually, I didn't even know he was going to be there, but I saw him. And actually, Senra shouted him out because Wouter made like a book, a founder's book that was like super thick, beautiful book for Senra. And so Senra was like, dude, this guy's a beast. And it kind of reminded me of us with David Sachs, but Senra. And so everyone actually liked Wouter too. Point I'm making, dude, is like this guy, not Ikram, Kareem, CTO co-founder, he's probably worth like $1 billion, at least on paper. And we're all in his building, but like no one gives a fuck about him or even could recognize him. And Senra has the entire audience mobbing him. And I'm like, dude, it's like, it makes you wonder, dude. People.
Well, yeah, it gets into a question then of like, what do you want?
I mean, a lot of Yannis surrounding him, but also like Senra is just like has all these really cool rich dinners. And so it was interesting. I went and talked to Kareem with Wouter. It was really Wouter that led it. But it's just cool, dude. I'm like, this guy's a chiller. And Senra's mobbed. And then we cut back to Senra. Senra recognized me. Because we chatted for a bit before. He's like, yo, Dylan, what's up? I'm like, you remember my name? What's up? But, dude, because we're on the fame topic. I don't know if I want to get famous. I do want to get famous, but I don't want to get famous. But I was walking around with Wouter today because I realized he was in the city. And while we were walking, I see this kind of like, this one dude. He kind of looks like Penguin, the Penguin from Batman. That dude. He's
like old Batmans or
could just be any Batman really.
Just
he's
Penguin,
like
then.
Short, kind of look like Slick Rick if you were like evil maybe, but this guy didn't look evil. He just had the body shape. So maybe it's just my dad. He looked like Slick Rick, and he's walking towards me. Short dude, a little bit chubby, kind of in his zone. But I noticed something on his shirt, and then he passes by, and I'm with Wouter, and we're like talking about chicks or something. And I'm like, wait, hold on. Pull out my phone and look up the dude who I think it is. And I'm like, dude, I think this might be the guy. I showed it to Wouter. Wouter's like, I think that's the guy. And so
like
we turn around, go sprinting.
Danny DeVito?
Yeah, kind of Danny DeVito looking dude. Run up to the guy. And I like, hey, excuse me. And he turns, pulls out his Bose little headphone. And I'm like, are you Craig?
From Craigslist?
Yes, dude. Craig's from Craigslist, dude.
No fucking way.
Yeah, dude.
Don't even know his last name. Craigslist
no idea.
Craig?
Knew something. Yeah, Craigslist Craig was just walking down by Washington Square Park. And I'm like,
get the
Craig.
fuck out.
Yeah.
What was on his shirt?
It was like Craigslist. I didn't actually know what he looked like. I think I just saw your short and like, I don't know.
Dude,
I was like, that's got to be Craigslist Craig, dude.
we ever did. Hang on. Craigslist Craig. Oh. Oh, wait. Don't use my current. Why would you need my current location to look up Craigslist? God, he's so cute.
He is really cute, dude.
He's so cute. He's got a little. Look at him.
Yeah, he didn't have the beret on, but man, he looked just that cute.
Dude. So, what did you actually say? You said, "Are you Craig?" I guess Newmark.
No, I didn't know his last name. I just said, "Are you Craig?" Because, and he's like, "Yes."
Yeah. And then
like,
what? Big fan?
I'm like, basically, I was like, I don't know if I said verbatim big fan, but I'm like, "Hey, Craig, kid, love your company. Actually," and I took kind of your credit here. I said, made videos about your company because it's so cool. And he's like, "Oh, cool. You should send me an email. Craig.Newmark or whatever his last name at gmail.com."
Oh, and he gives it out live on the pod.
I don't know. Is that his last name? Newmark or something?
Yeah.
But you could deduce what it is. I don't know if it's like super personal. I guess we could bleep it. But like, I was like, "Oh, dude, that's because it was actually interesting." In the moment, I was talking to Wouter about like talking to random chicks in the street. I'm like, yeah, you just never know like if they're gonna be cool or not because it's like the street, and then you're also kind of weird, and so it's like a weird dynamic. And like literally right after I say that, Craig from Craigslist walks by.
Well,
I'm like, oh, you never know.
So here's the thing, to borrow a phrase from you.
Okay.
Nobody recognizes that guy. And like it's Craigslist Craig, dude. But the fact that he's wearing a shirt that says Craigslist, I think he might want it. I think he might want it a little bit.
Just he liked. I don't know. Well, when he's clearly like, I'm sure you did the research. He's clearly Craigslist Craig, dude. I mean, there's a reason why he doesn't like publicity. Because very quickly, he's like, "Here's my email. I have to go to work," and then fuck it, darted out of there.
Where does he work?
I don't know, dude.
Craigslist?
I don't know. Do they have an office? I don't know where he was going.
Was it really at Gmail?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Which is
we'll get on this.
Fine.
See, now the problem is, I probably could, no shame, send him the Craigslist Craig short, but it's so bad. It's so bad. I don't know if I'm going to be able to.
It's so bad. I mean, we'll have to watch it. I haven't seen it.
It's anything, dude. Honestly, anything like 3 to 6 months out, so bad.
I remember
personally.
There was like the screen of Craigslist on a computer or something. I think it might have looked okay. We'll check it out.
We'll check it out.
Let
me go to his LinkedIn really quick and see what he does for work these days. My flashlight's on.
Did he sell Craigslist? I don't even know what happened to that.
There's Craig Newmark. We're second degree of mutuals away. He works. So, dude, this is hilarious. CEO of Craigslist, 1999 to 2000. It says, "I was briefly CEO until informed that as a manager, I kind of suck." And then the next line item is customer service rep and founder at Craigslist for 23 years and 10 months. And then it says retired. And then so he was customer service, which I remember hearing him talk about on a pod. He like actually enjoyed doing customer service or something. And then it seems like now, to present. So for the last 10 years, he's done Craig Newmark Philanthropies. So probably has a bunch of money and is running a foundation of sorts.
Yeah.
God, that's so funny.
I didn't want to like. I'm like, dude, who would wear Craigslist merch? It's got to be Craig. And it was, dude. So you never know who you're gonna meet if you just say hi, dude. Oh.
Is that the lesson?
Oh fuck! Come on, dude. I gotta Gardeloo myself these days.
Gardeloo!
Come on, dude. I have a fortune cookie ending.
Dude, literally right before the pod, when I'm texting you, like, what I love about Smart Nonsense Threads is I never know where you're gonna pick up and take them. And we went to Skunk Works, bicycle tires, Senra fame, Craigslist Craig, dude.
Dude, it's the
Mwah.
complete package more right there. Yeah.
To the pod, I look at my phone. Bike mechanic texts me. He's saying the non-drive are still the issue here. Oh, that's on the other side of the bike. So, okay. He says, have a second to see if you've got the magic touch on those. Sassy cat, dude.
The magic touch.
Are we taking minutes off the invoice if I go down there and have the magic touch? Fuck.
I think you just got to be more open-minded about making new friends.
We are friends. I got his name and I shook his hand. And we just have a tense relationship. But it's banter, but he's really serious and mad. And I'm kind of messing with him.
Well, how old is he?
About 55, 60.
Yeah, dude. He's 5 years from retirement.
I think he might like me, if I'm being honest.
Oh.
I get the vibes that he likes me.
Oh, it's one of those where you like a girl and then you kind of neg her a little bit?
Yeah. Like, I get the feeling. I looked, no wedding ring.
Oh, like.
Oh. I think he might like me.
Dude. Because Magic Mike, dude, he wants a little show.
Garden.
Leave on a like.